Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. Thank you so much for watching my last video on breaking the code. That was a very important video because it shows you exactly what my next plan is in terms of the QR codes and how you can do it for free rather than paying a for an app to do it for you or using Canva or whatever. It's available. Things are like that are available online for free, and how you can manipulate it in terms of creating your own QR code without having to pay for a fee. Now, if you are in the Google ecosystem, yes, you can utilize this by downloading Chrome, okay? Right clicking on your mouse, and then wherever your website is, it gives you this opportunity to make a QR code for an image, for your website, for fundraising, for a form, for a store, for whatever kind of link that you want to share in a QR code. Now, QR codes are really important because you have to use your phone, whether it's iOS or Android. Use your phone, use your camera to scan the QR code, and then whenever they click on that on their camera, the link, it goes directly to that image, to that service, to that product, whatever you have. So I'm just sharing exactly, the way that you could potentially use this for the benefit of whatever project or program that you have. Um, I definitely am not made of money, and none of us are, and we are looking for ways to download items or use services for free that can help benefit us in any shape or form. So this is a way for me to share with you guys how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, if you're not tech savvy, I'm here for you because I'm like that too. Uh, the Chrome QR code definitely has a dinosaur on it. And in order for you to eliminate the dinosaur, some people like it, then you can simply take it into a graphic program and erase it. I think you can do it when you take a picture of the QR code on your camera. You can edit it right on the photo app itself on the Apple Photos. I usually do that. I usually put brightness filter, or if the picture's too dark, then I want it saturated in color, then I can edit it there. Or if I want to add text or a copyright mark on it, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about also. Now, if you're going to create these QR codes and it points out to your image, your literature, or whatever, remind yourself to put a copyright or a TM, a trademark, or do not copy this, do not use this for commercial use, because you have to get permission from us or your company to even use it. Do you understand? That's just important, because if you just let it out there, if you say you have a picture and or a printout, a digital printout, and you want people to use it but you want to charge a fee, like maybe a sticker, remind yourself to put a copyright notice on there so that they don't mass produce it. And if they do in the USA, that is definitely illegal. Also, you got to make sure that maybe on that website there is a preventative way to disable the right click save. I've seen it on many website codes. that you can disable somebody from right clicking and saving that file into their file and mass producing it. It's basically, you have to trust others that they're not going to copy your images, and it's happened to everyone. Like myself, my images were used without my permission and sold at 99-cent stores. I kid you not. I was very surprised that somebody did that. I was upset because somebody made money off of my cartoons, and I wasn't the person, and I worked hard for those cartoons, and you should get credit. And now that I figure that all out, I always try to put copyright. It's a C with a circle around it, the year you established, comma, and the exact year that this product was created, and then the business that created that art vision, that art digital print, that sculpture, that painting, that doll. It just put copyright on there. I always do it. And then what you do is you go to copyright.gov and really register that, because that is yours. You can prove that that is yours. And then you would hire a lawyer. And if there was any abuse or copyright infringement, and say, you know what, I've been creating this cartoon character since this year. And yeah, 1996, I have these items and this is proof. They were used in sales at this store or used online since 1996. So the legality of it is that you're protecting yourself whenever you place something on the public view. So that, I hope that helps. I love this perpetual calendar. Look at this. And now I had this on the 29th. So now I got to change the date. And yeah, I hold on as I put this in my lapel. I got to change the date because now it is July. I cannot, we are officially another month, and I can't believe it. I really can't. So let's go ahead and change it to Tuesday, July the 1st. And wow, and I love this artwork. This is a perpetual calendar, and I got to give the rights to this. Cavallini and Company. It's a San Francisco company, and I love it. The perpetual calendars of the 1930s, constructed of natural heavyweight materials. This calendar will last for years to come. And yes, it will. And I love the artwork on this. Is so pretty. I love the illustrations. Somebody created this. We don't know, it doesn't say, but it's this cacti and succulents, and it's got the scientific names on there. And again, here's the copyright, and the copyright states 2018. And I bought this, I think I bought this at TJ Maxx at a discount store. And you get a lot of those types of items that didn't sell in the major stores. They usually, if it doesn't sell, and if there's like ones or twos, and they want to make room for more new items, and they'll place these on special discount at the discount shops, like the TJ Maxx's, like the Ross's, all of those, Dollar Tree, sometimes Goodwills, not kidding, Salvation Army. They get new items. So I love going there and looking at unique things that didn't sell. And sometimes I'll score and I'll find something that I wanted and it was half price at a discount shop. I just love looking for those kinds of things. It just gives me an excitement of of just digging and looking for unique things that I've never seen before that I usually couldn't afford, right? So I am going to turn the camera onto my computer here and introduce you to winter. I've finished fall and now we're moving on to winter, and we're going to create a whole bunch of holiday items that I really love, because winter is one of my favorite seasons. It's cold and it's just so joyful, and it is going to be sad for me because this year for the holidays my dad is not here and his birthday is in December. So I want to make the holiday season, Christmas, this especially December, really special this year, because it would almost complete a whole year without my dad. And so thinking a season, 2 seasons ahead, then I can mentally prepare myself for these kinds of things. And art is therapy. And I really appreciate you all for joining me on this ride. And I'm going to introduce the QR codes to set those in motion in the coloring book and place them strategically like Easter eggs and create that bridge so that you can understand the story. Maybe it might become a link to a video of me reading part of a book, or you can visit the link and go into that service or that special Patreon or subscriber membership link and do listen to me read my story. And it could be a special one because you're listening to my voice, you're watching me read the story, and it becomes an animated an animated event that is special and unique to an author illustrator. Imagine J.K. Rowling reading her book in your home of Harry Potter, and the other writers, the great writers of our time, reading their book and explaining what they were talking about with the illustrations. That's what I really want to do, and include music and things of how I came up with the storyline and the details of each chapter and how I came up with that. Four seasons happens in Japan because they all have winter, spring, summer, and fall, and you see the beautiful snowy winterscapes in the Mount Fuji mountains, and it's just a beautiful place. I've never been there before, never, and when I go there, I am going to definitely cry. Um, I really love cherry blossoms. I have the a peach blossom, actually, a flowering tree in front of my front yard. It's I think, one of the biggest in the neighborhood, and somebody planted all of these flowering trees around my neighborhood, and this one particular one in front of my house blossoms on my children's birthdays. uh February, the first week of February, and mid October, my son's birthday. So my daughter February birthday and my son October birthday. Isn't that strange? So it does have great meaning to me. So every season this tree goes through so many changes. In We don't have full winter here. We only have maybe 3 full seasons because we don't have snowfall, but Japan has that, and I think it's wonderful. I'm so very lucky that I could go to the snow areas like Julian or Big Bear, and it only will take 4 hours. But I would love to see it snow here in my neighborhood one day. But California is so there are different areas where it does not snow. But I have to put that in my mind, how it looks, even though I don't experience the season winter in full effect. But I love the festivities and the holidays that's going to come with it. So let's just move you into my area of creativity here. And hold on, I'm going to put my microphone away. Hello, hello. Sorry, but this is going to be very interesting. I love this because this Wacom tablet has USB ports on the side on both right and left side, so I can plug whatever I can plug in the, like a charging cable or a USB flash drive in here. It's just so awesome. Okay, so a little intro with my Wacom here. This is one of the remotes that comes with the the Wacom tablet, and I really love this because there's certain buttons that can zoom in and copy and select, and it's just amazing. I love it. So how we turn this on, it's a magnetic remote, and it charges via magnetic connection. I'm sorry, you guys are just like not doing well here. Excuse me. You guys are just slipping. So how I turn this on is there's a little button here, and you just press it forward and it should charge right there, but it says the battery is low, so I've got to charge it, and that pops up. And so all you have to do is just put it onto the sorry, I forgot that I don't have a touch. A touch. Okay, so just put it on the magnetic base right here, and it should be able to charge. So I can't pick it up. I literally have to keep it on the surface here, the magnetic surface. So what I can do is show you a couple of um, techniques here that it uses. I don't know if it's okay. So it has all of these radial panels, and I really love it because you can see exactly what the 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 remote has on the little circle here, on the little dial, and you can see that different areas of the radial menu has certain save functions, tabs, toggle last state, step forward, capture selection, display toggle, brush panel, etc. And this is the pen that is the mouse. Now, I really love this pen because you can select the whole thing by just sliding it and manipulating it like that, rather than using the mouse the or your touchpad. So I use the touchpad, and I also use the mouse and the keyboard for this, and it's all Apple. Gosh, my touchpad is out of battery, but I do have another two sets of USB ports on the side of this Wacom tablet, and now I am charging and I could actually use this one, the trackpad, when it is plugged in. The downfall of a mouse, an Apple mouse, is that you can't use it unless you charge it. Well, this mouse is very special because it is a battery operated mouse. So I have two. I have two battery operated mice, and I like it like that because basically you have to simply have backups when things don't work out. So right now I'm using the mouse. And I'm also using the trackpad, and I also have the pen for the Wacom. So there's three things, and I also use the keyboard to manipulate when I'm lazy. Using the remote. Actually, oh my gosh, I have so many. So the keyboard, one, the Wacom remote, two, the trackpad, three, the plug in mouse and the battery operated mouse, and I also have another older model battery operated mouse. I have so many. And I have the pen. Oh my gosh. One, two, three, four, five, six, and then maybe seven. Oh my gosh. I lie. I lie. I also have the 3D Connects, which is amazing. And I love this for 3D when you are using like a Blender or Maya. So, anyways, let's get into this. We are working right now on Graphic. Graphic.com is an app that you can use that is not subscription based. It's a one-time download. You can download it on your desktop and you can download it on your iPad or iPhone, practically. So, what I do with this before I transfer it, I look at my files here and I see that I have Winter in so many different poses. I have her straightforward. I have her basically 3/4 turn this way. I have her looking up and I have her looking the other way. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 poses. And I don't have a rear because I don't know. I don't think I need a rear. And I also have her spirit animal, which is a baby reindeer right here. She's cute. Isn't she cute? Aw, the cutest. Standing and then sitting. Okay, so what I do is I want to utilize just like fall season, I want to utilize without the background because I saved this. Let me just give you an example here. I saved this as a grouping, but there are elements in this character that have special effects like feathered edges, like her blush here on her cheeks is feathered. And so that won't translate well to Adobe Illustrator. So what I do is I want to change the color to black and white elements before I transfer to Adobe Illustrator because this is vector to vector. Adobe Illustrator will understand graphic because it's vectors, but the colors will not transfer greatly. So I have to now change it to black and white using the color palette here. I don't know if you can see it right here. Can you see it? Anyways, right there. There's the color palette right here. So right now those are the colors that is on her whole body, and I want to change it to black and white, and I'm going to touch black and white right there. And so this element here, this graphic is definitely all colors, different colors. And what I want to do is change it to black and white. So simply just tap on the black and white and there she is. So what I do is I also go into the color. Let's see, where's the color here? Color system here, and I see that the line weight is 0 points. So I got to change that to let's change it to 0.75. And now I can see that the colors have changed, but I cannot include certain elements like the blush. So I have to ungroup it and take out the blush, the special effects. And I noticed that the eyelashes, here I go again, the eyelashes are not grouped. So now I have to go in and group the entire eyelash and create it as one whole piece. So I got to combine the paths like so. And I've got to ungroup it first. Okay, hold on. So I've got to take that whole eyelash out and then ungroup it and then group it, combine the paths. So ungroup it and then combine the paths. So let's see if it works here. I'll show you this. See, each eyelash is a separate piece. So I've got to ungroup it. And let me just show you. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Will it do it? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and second arrow. So each piece is a different element. So let's see if I can combine the path here. It won't let me, so hold on. So I've got to undo the combine, okay? And it's telling me that for some reason it's telling me now this is the issue with graphic, is that when it doesn't has glitches, it doesn't update. It's a basically a non-subscription based app, but if it doesn't get updated, like glitches and things like that, you can run into some problems. So there's two dots here that I don't like. I ungrouped it at the uh, drop down menu instead of keyboard. So you're going to have to use the drop down menus for that. I don't like how this is combined. So I'm going to delete one of these circles. Now let me, my keyboard is now losing its power because I haven't used it for a day. Okay, so now I'm going to delete that circle and I ungrouped it, and now I can combine it together, and now it's one whole piece. And now I'm going to change the color to black because I want this to be, the entire color is going to be black, and you got to make sure that it's all black, okay? Because I want the eyelashes to be black. I don't want the person to color the eyelashes because it wouldn't, be helpful for that eyelash to be, you know, white. Well, you could, but I like it black. So I'm going to delete this one that's ungrouped and unedited, and then I'm going to take this one. Now use my keyboard, copy, Command C, and then Command V for paste, and then go into the alignment in graphic and flip it over to match this side. Okay, so now that is exactly the way I want it to look, and this needs to be non-transparent. So the effects on this is opacity. It should be of white. So I'm going to change that to all white. Now let's look. It doesn't seem like it's okay. Some of the elements on this have stuck. So the effects have to be deleted. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste this, ungroup it, and take that one off because it was attached. Now let's see what's going on with this. It definitely has a color to it. So I think I'm going to modify it and outline the stroke. I want to change it to black and white, but is there for some reason, the opacity is 50%. So I've got to change the opacity from what it was because I wanted to give it an effect that it was a veil that had a sort of see-through effect on it. So now I don't want to have that, and I'm just going to delete the old one and put in the new one and bring it to the back. Arrange, send to back. There you go. And I will adjust the cartoon to my liking. And I see that there is a shadow right here that did not transfer well. and I'm going to delete that. And there I see that there's a little nick right here, and I want to adjust that. So second arrow and go into the point and adjust, whoops, and adjust just that one. I don't know why it's not. Okay, now I got to go into the wishbone. I call it wishbone. Stretch it. Or I might have to delete some of these little points here because there's too many. Okay. Let's see. There's so many details when it comes to cartooning and creating your graphics. Second arrow. There's the neck. And for some reason this is twisted. Okay. There's another point here. Okay, there you go. You can see the behind the scenes how I delicately design each piece. So now that that's a little bit more rounded, this piece looks really good. I don't think I have any changes to it. And now I can transfer it to I could transfer it to my cartoon page on Adobe Illustrator. So see how some of the effects will not transfer over to Illustrator. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. I'm going to grab these. I'm going to I'm going to group this whole thing so I don't have it in pieces, because I have this in a group, not pieces, and this one is now a group. I'm going to take these two and command copy and then show you exactly what happens when I go into Illustrator. So let's go into Illustrator. Hope it's open. Okay. So now that I'm in, let's see, did it open? It's going to take some time. Okay, hold on. Now that I'm in Illustrator, I'm going to show you exactly what happens to the graphic element when you transfer artwork to artwork in different software. So let's move my sticker here, and I'm going to paste graphic artwork to Illustrator artwork. It's going to give me a pop-up window, and it's going to say some of the effects did not transfer. An unknown shading type was encountered. P did not interpret well. Okay, you're going to press OK, and then it's going to come onto the canvas here. And as you can see, here it is. It worked really well. Yes, there are some effects here on the eyelashes that I did not get rid of. For example, if I were to go and click on the eyelashes, it's going to show you another box right here. See that box? That you're not supposed to have that. So that is the shadow that came with that. So I have to get rid of that. That little box is going to be a problem. So I've got to delete that. And now it deleted the entire eyelid. So see how you got to change that so that now that arch is gone. It's just so frustrating. So I have to make sure every special effect is eliminated so that I can I can manipulate it a lot better in graphics. So this is graphic right here as we first started, and then there are some elements here that I have to get rid of. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. So what I do is I've got to make sure and look, okay, what has a special effect in it? If there's a special effect like a blur or a shade right here, then I've got to get rid of that. I've got to get rid of that. It's just got to go. So I don't have to deal with it in Illustrator. But anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that it helps you see exactly what I have to deal with, and the aspects of trans transforming software Illustrator files to different other software Illustrator files and the like. It's what you should do basically is to generate the generate it from the get-go in the software program that you're going to use. So like, what if I don't have money to subscribe to this? What if it just becomes too outrageous, $100 a month? What if that just, what if that happens? Then you've got graphic subscription, non-subscription based software to help, but you're limited with that. So it's it is what it is, and this is what I'm dealing with. And yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps you understand the process, my process of creating artwork for the next season, and what I have to do in terms of creating the next line for the next season, for the next market. It really is something that I have to figure out on how to do, but I think it's going to be well worth it because I know exactly the roadmap and how to eliminate some of the special effects, from graphics that has special effects in it to coloring books. So it is a process, and behind the scenes, this is what we have to figure out how to accomplish and do it well with meaningful results in a timed manner, because timing is everything when it comes to creating products for the next season. All right, everyone. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. Bye bye.